Thank you too, baby. How you doing? Oh, happy Monday. Mm, how am I smiling? I need a lip gloss so that my smile will look shiny. I don't know why I'm still laughing. Like, see, when Sultan was laughing during the eviction of Brett Morgan and Thelma, I relate because I was also laughing. I'm like, how comes the Jay Z of the season has been evicted? And then the high and mighty Thelma Lawson has equally been evicted. To think that that morning, these people were planning how to deal with some housemates in the house during the coming week because they are very sure that they are not going anywhere. Look at their clique, look how strong they are. But those other people, all of their friends have gone. But look at them, they are still complete. None of them are out of the game. So they are 100% sure that aside from Imisi that has the immunity, Salty and Bella will be out of the house. And if they are lucky not to be out of the house, then they will deal with them this week. Just like that. Good. Like when these people still overanalyze things and still claim that they've been watching this show, I wonder, have they been watching this show from behind their television or what? Like, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people are being blinded by their love for their favorite. And there's nothing wrong with that. We don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing. There is nothing wrong with loving your favorite. But love that your favorite with some, like, just love them fully, knowing that they are humans, right? See, Thelma would have said Thelma is a reality TV show, is a reality TV goal. Like she has what it takes, right? But I think what gradually started getting in the way for her was one sudden arrogance that I don't know where it came from. Honestly, I don't know where the sudden arrogance on Thelma's part just brewed. I don't know where it came from. Honestly. Chai, and just when she started one ship like that, see what she did yesterday. Like, hey, if that girl was not evicted yesterday, what did you guys think would have happened yesterday between she and K Bobo? Because she was all over K Bobo. Even when Ibuka was talking, when Ibuka asked what is love to K Bobo said is love. I understand. And hell, the person I pitied the most was K Bobo. Just when he found love in the house, look at him describing love. Just when he found love in the house, that love was taken away by Ebuka. Kebobo will never forgive Ebuka. That thing that Ebuka did to Kebobo, Kebobo will never let go of that. How can Kebobo do that kind of thing after asking this guy what love is? And Thelma did not even wait for him to answer if that love he referred to or that love he described was the same love they were enjoying. She said that was how, and I'm like, even the K-pop was a fear. Do you know there's something I noticed with this K-pop? It's not like he didn't want to be with any girl in the house, but I think he didn't want to face rejection. But yeah, of course, he even said it at the beginning that he likes Dede, but Dede will smile at you, like she'll give you that friendly face. When you come close, she'll just withdraw. Sure, you understand. He said it. So after saying that, I now sense that okay, he's this kind of guy that cannot take rejection. Like rejection is too much for him to handle. So he rather waits for you to come. Like he rather waits for the girl to come, and then because even when Ebuka asked him yesterday, that's his definition of love. Was it what he was having with Thelma? He couldn't answer And but as soon as Thelma answered, and in fact he was surprised. You know, say Imisi self now one kind person. Now he was trying to say something to Imisi, but Imisi just scattered the whole thing. When he said she kissed me twice, now he was trying to read meaning out of it, like because you know even among them the housemates, you see all these their sheep, all these things that they do. Even them within themselves, they question it. What do I mean by they question it? They ask themselves, is this person real or is just using them for the game? Now, um let's go back to yesterday morning when Mide, Bright, Kola, and Thelma sat down in the room, one of those rooms, and they were having a discussion. They were having a Federal Executive Council meeting because at this point they see themselves like they own the house after Biggie. What they are making the decision there. That's why I said I call them Federal Executive Council. They are together with the presidency, which happens to be Big Brother, and they were making some sort of utterances that I don't know whether some saying something like them, none of them have been evicted, their bond is very strong. Look at them, now all of them are complete. Those ones like honestly, Thelma's arrogance was actually her downfall. Otherwise, I was almost sure on like until 2 weeks ago, I was almost sure that Thelma was a finalist. When I was even counting the top 10, Thelma was there. In fact, I narrowed it down to even top 5. Thelma was there. Did I see Bright there? No, I didn't see Bright there. You understand? Because his own arrogance was it was even, you know, it was the 2 strikes that was given to him that calmed Bright. That if not, Bright would have been something else. And let me tell you something. Even while they were having that conversation yesterday morning, there was something for me that I felt that Bright would have loved, but the game somehow changed for Bright. The strategy Bright came to the house with was not the strategy Bright worked with. Bright came with the strategy to create triangles among the ladies because he knows he's this fine guy and he was 100% sure that a lot of ladies will love him or fall in love with him. So he came with triangle. Yes, he came with triangle game. But this is what happened. When he now somehow started with Mide, because Mide was the first, I won't say she was, I don't know, she was the first person that it was easy for them to click with at the moment, which looks somehow weird anyway, but that's by the way. First week he was there, second week he was there, third week he was there, fourth week he was there, fifth week he was there, sixth week he was there, seventh week he was there. And that was when something clicked. And that was why yesterday morning he was saying that he believes that the audience loves him amid this ship. Now, if you guys notice, till the fourth week, if I'm not mistaken, or even fifth week, right? Media was literally begging Bright for a relationship. They were in a relationship already. They were doing whatever they were doing under the duvet, but she was still begging him for a relationship to a point that she started making Dinari and Doris's relationship sort of a comparison point with their own relationship. Media literally kept, like, will I say, how do I even put it? She kept trying her luck to a point that she even agreed for an open relationship with Bright, yes, to a point that she said she didn't want PDAs anymore, to a point that she's, we all saw how she literally was begging this guy for a relationship. They were already in a relationship. That's the irony of the whole thing. They're already in a relationship, but she was still begging him for a relationship. Now that was how funny it was at that time. But the moment this guy saw like play, he done the enter 2 months inside her house. If you guys notice, it was from her birthday. He now all of a sudden just got into the act of the so-called relationship. It was from her birthday. He now started being all over her. Now in his head, he was certain that the audience were welcoming or accepting of their relationship. I mean, I'm glad he's out of the house. At least from yesterday to today, the alcohol that he drank in the party has cleared in his eye. And probably now he has his phones and maybe his. I just believe that he already knows what is happening. Like by this time, he knows exactly what is happening, and he knows that he wasn't the Jay-Z and media wasn't the Beyonce that they thought, because at some point they were seeing themselves like this power couple in the house. It's in it, that kind of thing. And Thelma, this was the fact Thelma's eviction was supposed to be emotional. But I'm sorry, I didn't feel any emotions. I'm sorry, like, sorry, guys. I beg you, should not be angry. I know their fans are here, but sorry, I didn't feel any, like, I don't know. Just you see the way Sultana was laughing. That was the way me too. I was laughing. I'm like, hey, a whole Thelma is being evicted from the house. And then another person that angered me yesterday again was Kola. And I don't know why the cameraman was just busy showing him, saying that, oh yeah, if that's the case, call Biggie, let them bring back Bright. You let you go on in place of Bright. Ha! Kai, 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 Kai. I later loved what. Mm, I later loved what Dede told him about him being two faced. Saying no, no, even Dede at some point, I beg you know that kind of thing. No, say I can't go. Hmm. It's like Kola might be going next week. Oh. It's like Kola might be leaving next week because his Baza Queen is becoming too much. It's becoming unnecessary. Look how he was shouting yesterday. No, how can Thelma go? Like, is he trying to say that Port Harcourt people, how can you guys choose Thelma? How can you guys choose Isabella over Thelma? Now that's the point. You know, the thing is that when you're in the show or when you're in the action, you won't see it. It's people outside that will see it for you. I don't know if you guys know what I'm trying to say to you. So them in the show, they wouldn't know. So I don't know why they think they have to talk as much as they are talking. And then when this whole confusion was going on, more this housemates yesterday, it was too much for them. You know, I even pitied them at some point because these people just came out from the party, the bars, the hype, the alcohol and the system. Most of them were tipsy. They were not drunk, but they were tipsy because you can even see the actions that Thelma put up yesterday. I'm sure when she's sober and she watches it, she will feel uncomfortable, she will feel bad. Like, these guys were freaking tipsy yesterday with the hype of the party. The party was a banger yesterday. Like, you see, even if you didn't want to move your body, you don't know when you start shaking your head. That yesterday, like, the DJ was lit. That's the thing. So they had a full time yesterday. So coming in, they had not even settled down. Those people have they even reached 10 minutes when they came into the house. Like they even reached 10 minutes coming into their house. Yeah. And then the next thing Ebuka came. You know, when I saw they were happy to see Ebuka in my mind, I'm like, these are not people happy to see Ebuka. It's like you people have forgotten the meaning of Ebuka inside the house. Like each time Ebuka comes into the house, he's not going out alone. So I don't know whether they claim they've watched this show, but I don't know if they've forgotten that part of Ebuka's visitation into the house. Along the line, I think who later asked him that did he come to do the business of the day, and he was like, "Yes, exactly. That's what he came to do." Like these guys were so excited, although I don't blame them. Their state of mind was not coordinated, and who would have thought that after party Ebuka will come into the house? Who would have thought? Now, usually it's a Sunday thing which everybody has comported themselves. They are ready. If it's their table that is about to be broken, they are ready to give answers and all of that. But on that, see, there is nothing as 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 uncomfortable as you being taken unawares. Now, these housemates were taken unawares yesterday. Nothing you would tell me that would they were taken unawares. Their state of mind was not even clear because of the presence of alcohol in it. It's a different thing. There was no alcohol, it's understandable, but the alcohol made the state of their minds much more blurry, right? That it took them a while to actually code that Ebuka doesn't come into the house and leaves empty handed. He doesn't come in alone and goes back alone. He must take people with him. And so. I'll still come back and speak about the party, but let's talk about how the edition went first. Because the party was another place that was lit. Who saw the wait? Let's just skip it first. We'll come back there. Now, when English language is a borrowed language, and our understanding of English language is different. Now, what the Ebuka say when they said remaining 2 weeks and everything, Ebuka now said, and it was, I think I can't really paraphrase, I can't really say it exactly the way he said it, but it's more like who told you people you will reach 2 weeks, who told people you will stay for 2 weeks or something like that. Now, I don't know why most of the housemates concluded that he meant extension. Now, literally for me, he was just trying to say, you guys are saying 2 weeks is remain. Who told you people that some of you will stay up to that 2 weeks? To me, that was what I understood from that statement that Ebuka made. But these housemates, especially Isabella started crying that she missed her son. She wants to go home. Even Zita too was complaining. The head of house lounge that no, 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 no. I know all of them are tired. I understand they are just pushing through that 2 weeks. Then somebody coming to tell you. So just like I told you guys, the state of mind due to the presence of alcohol made their level of assimilating things very, very low. You understand? It made it very confusing as well because of the way Ebuka took them unawares. But that English, when they say remain 2 weeks, now Ebuka was trying to tell them, you guys are 17, and is it 19 or 17? And there's no way all of you will reach 2 weeks, like meaning there's no way you guys will all get to the final. So if you say remaining 2 weeks, who told you guys that you will reach it to be 2 weeks? Like some of you are not going to see that 2 weeks. Literally, for me, that's what I understood by what Ebuka said. But boom, English plus alcohol in the system twisted everything, and they now started speculating extension of the show. But if these housemates are smart, as they claim they are, even if there's going to be an extension of the show, then it should be like a compliment to them. Like it should even be flattery if their season is going to be extended, because if, for whatever reason nothing of sort has ever been done, if I can remember clearly, if their own is going to take a new twist of extension, they should be flattered that they are actually giving a whole lot and people are enjoying them to a point that they are even going to extend their show. But anyway, that's by the way, at that moment, I'm not the one under lockdown. I'm not the one going through what they are going through. So I can, you understand? They are entitled to the way they feel. But I'm just saying, if that was how it is, that's more reason why they should feel themselves like, which means we're doing good for our show, for our season to be extended. But all of them, everybody don't tire for their house, that kind of thing. Then when Ebuka did the Thelma, who was even saying that Ebuka should show them the paper? I've forgotten who was saying that Ebuka, is it who boy also? Or is it Mide? No, Mide was one telling Thelma, Ebuka should show us. Like, they're not trying to even challenge Ebuka. I don't understand. I don't understand. Thelma was shouting, Mide was telling her to calm down. There was, as in, Thelma's eviction was more chaotic. That's like the most chaotic eviction of the season so far. I don't even know, that one will come later. We don't know yet because we still have quite a number of people in that house. Then the bride's own, hey, like Bright is like his jaw was about to drop on the floor. Like he could not just believe it. Like that he will go back home and sit down and be watching Emisi on his television. Hey, Chimo. Like Bright Morgan was calm, yes, but in that his calmness, there was that bruised ego because that guy is on another level based on ego level. Like just like that, Bright Morgan was evicted. Rude boy them. They started speculating. They could not say anything because yeah, she was also shocked, but she took it as okay, let me stand in for my friend. Because yeah, somehow I noticed that she and Thelma Lawson has started developing a good relationship. She and Bright, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. And she just had to be there for her friend. And that was when Emisi came and met her in the kitchen. That was after the whole eviction, and said that she, from where she was seated, she saw Bright having a better connection self with Thelma over Emisi. Sorry, over Mide. I'm sorry. Emisi was now the one telling Dede after the whole thing, Mide was crying. God, I said, Mide, stop it now. It's okay. You came into this house alone. I pitied her anyway because the cry became too much. Her face was swollen and all of that. You see where without men in the mix, women will have the best of relationship. Just see less than an hour that Bright was evicted in that house. Sultana and Mide were hugging each other. Sultana was there going to give Mide shoulder to lean on. I'm like, men will always be the problem. Men, 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 men. So in the midst of all of these things, the shock, everything, now the alcohol clear for everybody. Emisi met Dede in the kitchen and was talking to Dede that she, from where she was seated and what she saw, Bright was not feeling Mide. Mide was really into the relationship, but Bright wasn't into the relationship. That for her, she even saw a better chemistry with Thelma over Mide. Yes, that's the thing. And you could see Dede was shocked. Like I even said it today I even dropped a comment today on Frankly Speaking with Lori's channel, where she was talking about the conversation between Dede and Kola afterwards when they retired to bed. Now you could see that statement took Dede by, it took her unawares. Like she was shocked. Do you understand? And it could be, Dede is a woman of little words. She doesn't talk too much. It could be that even she herself, Dede, had noticed that side of the relationship between Media and Bright, but she just wasn't sure. And someone like Imisi saying that, it was deep, because everybody in that house knows that Imisi is smart. Forget, they know she's a smart girl. They know 100%. So when Imisi said that thing, Dede was shocked, because I don't know if that kind of thing has happened to you before, where you're thinking about something, but you keep disregarding it because you feel like, okay, maybe it's just you that is overthinking things. But then, boom, someone that you and them do not even have anything in common now says the same thing. That is when you now realize that, okay, you weren't wrong in the first place. Because even as I'm watching this show, there are some things that I notice and I'm like, I'm a bit skeptical. Is it not? Is it not? But the moment I hear other people say it, that's why I always watch people that analyze. You understand? Especially Glory. I'm her fan. I'm her fan. You know, she we do not necessarily agree on everything, but there are angles that when she touches them, I'm like, okay, which means I saw these things well. You get, because at the end of the day, we all have different level of assimilation. You understand? Our intelligence quotients are not is not the same. That's our IQ is not the same, right? But if we pick up the same signal, if we pick up similar signal, if we pick up similar signal, sorry, a message popped on my screen. If we picked up similar signal, right, it gives me that confidence that, okay, I wasn't wrong after all. If someone could actually see the same thing, then probably there was something to begin with. So I feel that when Imisi said that into Dede, it kind of took Dede, it took her unawares. And don't forget that Kola is best friends with Bright and is also brother to Imisi. Brother that is to his convenience, because there was some actions he took yesterday that I was just looking at him. They always say that when people are drunk, you see the truth in them. So those actions he took yesterday was reality. It wasn't fiction. Sure, you understand? It was reality. Like you could see he's just pissed off. I don't know. He's just managing to tolerate. And the irony of the whole thing. Most people in the house have seen through that shenanigan of color. They know, even Dede has told him that. The first person that even started saying that thing to Imisi, which made Kola started disliking the person, was Sultana, when she told Imisi that Kola is just using you. Even low key yesterday, Mensen was trying to tell Imisi something similar to that. But for you, let me just ask you guys, you guys should drop in the comment section when you're watching, because it's not that nobody is dropping any comments, and I don't know why. Do you guys think that Imisi herself knows that Kola is just using her, but she's allowing herself to be used? Because Imisi too is content herself, is a working content. Could it be she too, she noticed, but she just doesn't mind? Yeah. Okay. Now, when Imisi told Dede that, Dede was like, okay, it's okay, because if anything, Dede is not comfortable speaking about Mide behind her back. So she just told him, she listened to Imisi, then later on she now told Imisi that, okay, like she was like, you think so? Imisi was like that. So then she now told Imisi, but that's, by the way, this is not the right time for this. Let her go and check on Mide and all of that. So I don't know, Imisi, Dede also saw Imisi, like Imisi wasn't stable enough. So when she was going upstairs, she now told Kola to check on Imisi, and Kola was just, Kola doesn't rate Imisi like that too. He only rates Imisi based on his stomach infrastructure. So, and that is because Dede is not going to do it for him. Yes, so Imisi if Dede was going to take the role of Imisi, Kola wouldn't have ever said hi to Imisi in the first place, because if you look at it, they don't rate Imisi in that house. But gradually they are beginning to rate her, because Imisi, although Imisi has immunity, that's another thing. But for Imisi to still be in that house and all of the people that went home, Gradually they are beginning to see Inisi as a contender, as in not even they know that she's a strong contender, right? Because there was a time Bright said, "Me she go win the money now," you know, that kind of thing and all of that. So okay, let's talk about the party. Still, I will always say, maybe it's me, you guys should talk. Did you guys notice that Dede was trying to come close to Queen somehow, somehow? Now, at this point, it's Queen that's actually avoiding Dede. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. You know, after that their wager task that they had small misunderstanding, they've not really settled. Plus the fact that there's an underlying tension, you know, with the triangle. Like call it triangle because they said they're just besties, so it shouldn't be called the triangle now. Queen is just Dede's bestie, and Isabella is his sheep in the house. Abi. Now, did you guys notice at the party? Yeah, Dede was trying to sort of come close to Queen. If you notice, she was not paying so much attention to dancing with Kola, right? She was trying. You could. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but you know, Queen in the dance hall, nah, you know, they answer anybody. He's the king of the dance floor. Although time to time he was going to check on Isabella because Isabella was on the side. You know, Isabella cannot match Queen's energy. She cannot. In fact, nobody can. Only the guys, they are Jason, and they're the only ones that can match his energy. Nobody can. But did you guys notice that Dede was trying to somehow, I don't know if it's just me, even when Ebuka came into the house, you could see she went to sit near Koyi. You could tell she's missing her best friend. And the fact that the absence of Koyi is making her to sort of tolerate Kola the more. And the more she tolerates Kola, I think she's breaking her boundaries because with Kola is a whole lot for her to handle. Do you understand? Like if you ask me, in as well as she's playing her fishes game, right? But we call her, if you notice, is a little overwhelming, and it can easily get overboard. Hence why 2 days ago the camera caught them exchanging body fluid. If you guys know, like saliva, if you know what I'm trying to say to you guys. So she's missing her bestie, and no matter what, Koyi was really present in her life. He was doing most of her cooking, he was doing most of her ironing, he was arranging her locker when he's arranging his own. He's a very organized person. He does that for her. Like she was benefiting more from Queen. If you ask me what is she benefiting from Kola? Nothing. Kola is a very selfish person. Anything Kola does in that house is for Kola. Kola, even this day too, yesterday, I didn't even say this to you guys. Faith and Dede somehow were sitting down on the same table, right? Dede was eating. Somehow they now had this conversation. It was a very short conversation, but it was very deep. They were talking about similar things about themselves. They are the seventh child. She's the seventh child. He's also the seventh child. He's this. So he now told her, you know what, Dede, we have a lot in common, but the difference is that you're selfish and I'm selfless. That statement took Dede by surprise. Probably because she didn't think her game was so obvious. Maybe, you know, most of them in the house, they think that they are so smart, they feel that they're invincible, right? So when someone like Faith said that to her, she wasn't comfortable that he said it on camera, right? You could see she was, but she now quickly digressed and took it as a compliment. And he was like, yeah, sure, it's a compliment. And but the truth is, yeah, it's actually a compliment. There's nothing wrong with being selfish, honestly. And for the longest of time, if anything, women, especially my gender, for the longest of time, we've lacked selfishness, we've lacked self-love. Do you understand? So it's refreshing to see a female, although too much of everything is bad, though, but I feel that she knows when to stop, right? She knows where. When he told her that thing, she was very shocked. He said, we have a lot in common there with you, but the difference is that you're selfish and I am selfless. Knew her, and it's true. Faith was right. No, and that was why, yeah, I knew her. Thank you so much. Yes, now that was what took her. It took her on her ways. She was not. She was disappointed that he said it in front of the camera. Probably if he had said it behind the camera, she wouldn't have bothered much, right? But I don't know. It's like this housemate, they do know when the cameras are on them. Probably I heard that they said that the camera normally makes a sound. There's usually a clicking sound. They normally hear when the camera is moving. Do you understand that you do hear it? So when he said that, you could see the first thing they did was lift up. You get so it was you could see it was a split seconds, but she's a smart girl, so she quickly told him that, and she takes it as a compliment anyway. But she was shocked, and what will come to her mind will be like, what more do people see through? Do you understand? Like, and everyone knows that Faith is a sharp guy. So obviously, what he said is valid. And it's true. Because look at the shenanigans she does. And that's why you see, as Koyi moved on to Isabella, Koyi no, they even look back again. Even yesterday, Isabella was telling him that, have you checked on Dede? Are you sure she's okay? He said Dede is freaking okay. He said that is a gamer there that you guys people don't know. And he's correct. He knows her very well. He was like, that is a gamer. So you guys should not worry yourself. Sure you get. So it baffles me. Now it brings me to the point that could it be that at some point Koyi became helpless? Because when he said what he said, yes, when he said what he said, what came to my mind is like, could it be that is in the absence of something else that he remained with Dede? It happens even in real life, whereby we stick to something, we hold on to some relationships in the absence of a better one. Sure, you understand? So could it be that Koyi was actually living in bondage? Living in bondage in the relationship with Dede and was just suffering and smiling, and hence now it makes sense why when Isabella started making advances towards Queen, he was very happy. No, it's now things are even becoming clearer to me. He was very excited. He was happy Queen got tired of giving more to Dede, yet he doesn't get in return. Zero. Zero. He doesn't get nada from her. Nothing at all. And that was why when Isabella started paying attention to him, he was so happy. And that now sort of made Dede to panic. And Dede would have not allowed that relationship to grow. But God come catch her. They now fake evicted her. She now big carried her and went to keep in a secret room. Now you see that 2 or 3 days absence. That was all Koyi needed to develop a relationship with Isabella. And he did. And there was something that Dede did not know. Like that's sometimes too much confidence is bad. When she came back, yes, of course, coincidentally for her, Queen and Isabella, I think they already had a little issue based on what Dinari had told her before he left. So when there was a slight misunderstanding, there was a swift gap between Queen and Isabella. Yes, based on the things that Isabella had been fed with, right? And then the Cohen himself too. I don't know. There was just a misunderstanding. Honestly, I wouldn't want to blame anybody, right? It just happened that a situation came up that both of them lost control, right? And so it just synchronized with the appearance of Dede. You understand? So automatically it just came off like Dede came and splitted them. That was the narrative instantly. And it made Dede felt good about herself because when she was in that back room, she had said it to Joanna that she was going to destroy whatever was happening between Isabella and Koyi. And she laughed at it because she thought it was funny. And the thing is that it's nice, it's good. Like I said in one of my live streams, as human beings, we have three major elements, which is our identity, our ego, and our super ego. Couldn't even help that boy with his hair. Yes, at least to make him feel good. See, Isabella, thank you, Jerry. Nothing. Not her own. She was only taking, and taking. And that's anyway, I still don't blame her because men for the longest of time do that to women. You understand? So it's just that the table has turned and everybody's complaining. The societal norm has the societal norm for especially the African society has strongly placed gender role as the woman being the nurturing gender in the relationship or in every situationship. So we're used to seeing women nurturing. We're used to seeing women as the nurturing, as the ones that give the nurturing affection in every relationship. So seeing the other way around, we're finding it difficult to kind of to accept it yet. No, if you know what I'm trying to say to you, and Nuha, sorry, if you know what I'm trying to say to you, we for the longest of our time, our African society has laid emphasis on gender role, has laid emphasis on gender role as the female being the nurturer. So you guys now are looking at it from that part, you know, and it's really strange. Yeah, please help analyze for me, Faith Matter and Joanna. I'm really hot on his behalf. No, what are you hot on his behalf for? See, Faith is a very strange human being. You people see Faith now. You know when somebody goes to school too much. I don't know that you have noticed it. When, like all those our professors in school, if you notice, they are very weird. They are weirdos. You understand? You know, when book food his head, sometimes the other side of life lacks a lot of balance, you know, because you can't serve two masters at a time. If you're That's why, see, even yesterday when he joined in the party, everybody was so happy. Even me, I was like, hey, Seth has finally joined, because I think this is someone that was not really used to that lifestyle. It's not like he's oblivious to that lifestyle, but it wasn't really at his reach. Do you understand? Like personally, I'm the kind of person that I like to party, but because I don't have the opportunity to party right now in my life, you understand? In From afar, you would think I don't know how to party. I don't even know what I'm trying to say to you. So I think that is the way Faith, right? He's a very young guy, very, very young guy. You could tell he just finished his education. So he hasn't fully socialized, or no, he's already socialized anyway for someone that has gone to a high institution, but he hasn't really re-socialized. Re-socialized. So you could see that there are a lot of you could see that there are a lot of, there are a lot of things that are not normal. He has not understood it fully yet. For someone that has been a bookworm all his life, like most of his life, adult life, yeah. Now he's in the house, and if you ask me, Faith is a very smart guy. Aside from the fact that I'm saying he's trying to re-socialize, he just needs someone in his corner. And it makes sense if it's the opposite gender. It makes a lot of sense if it's the opposite gender. And don't forget, for the fact that Mide and Bright have lasted in that house, and aside from lasting in that house, they've been given some special treatment, some special preferential treatment. It only tells you that a lot of other people in the house will want to emulate them, right? But that's by the way. You could see that the guys in the house are literally harsh on Faith. And if you know her, that guys are usually harsh on each other. Like there is never, they will tell you bro code, bro code, bro code. But when you look deeper, men do not really have that deep sense of friendship or relationship like women. Forget that you see women, our own is in the surface, we gossip a lot, we fight and all of that. But our relationships get deep. I don't know if now I'm trying to say to you, like the affections we give in our friendship or relationship, forget that there is more cat biting and all of that, is just our nature, right? But when you look at support, let's say support groups, let me just digress. Let's say there are support groups for men and women. You can see that the support group of the women is very intense. You will see that there's contribution to buy food. You will see that there's meeting to support this one when she gives birth. There's always an organization of who will go and do omugo and all of that. But when you look at guys, it's not really like that. When you look at men's group, and that's why you see when you talk of um like when you talk of all this meeting, you will see the ones of the women last longer, but the one of the men, they are there. But do you understand? Sometimes it even comes up seasonally. You understand? So when you come back to the house, right? When you look at the dynamic, Faith realizes that he cannot really have a male alibi on his side like that, because he understands the connection between males. But the one between female is much more safe. Will I use the word safer? Yes, because when you look at it critically, Noha, let me still digress a little bit again, is the fact that women are not as dangerous and they are not as selfish as men. And here's the reason why you see Dede coming in with a selfish strategy is scaring everyone, is especially the men, because they know that that is not how women are, are built, or that's not how they are configured. Do you understand? So it's strange. But is it normal? It's normal. Now, let me tell you something. When kids are growing up, yeah, when children are growing up, both male and female, we all have selfish traits. Yes. That is why they don't say spoiled girl child or spoiled boy child. They generalize spoiled child. Now, a child is spoiled irrespective of their gender. Now, it is left for the parents, which happens to be the first socializing agent of socialization. The first agent of socialization as a human being, Nuha, your first agent of socialization was actually your family before you transition to going to school, community, peer group, and all of that, right? But your very first agent of socialization was your family. Now, when they say a spoiled child, it is the family now that is left with the responsibility of instilling norms and values on that child. But in the African traditional society, I would say it's unfortunate, but that is how we grew up and saw it. Hmm? In as much as Gen Z are working hard to balance the equation for us. The gender role, I said at the beginning, is overemphasized based on the fact that the woman is usually being humbled. And that is why I'm not saying this because I'm a woman, right? But I'm just saying it from a general point of view, Nuha. If you look at it critically, naturally, women were always a work in progress. We're willing to change ourselves. Do you know why? Because that was how we were brought up. That was how we were groomed. We were groomed to be very flexible, to fit into any lifestyle that is being offered to us. But coming to the men, Noah, coming to the men, are the men giving that same, exactly, are the men giving that same treatment? No. You will see a child, a male child, misbehaving, and he will get away with it. They'll say, he's a man now. Even me, I'll not lie to you. Sometimes I'm guilty of that. When a male, when I see a female acting, what we term as improper, that is being domesticated, that unfortunately is our African tradition, our African society. When I see a girl child being lazy towards domestic chores, I caution her. I take it very serious. But when I see a male child being lazy over domestic chores, even me, I'll not lie, I'm guilty for that. I'm guilty of that. I'll say, well, you're lucky you're a man, shall you marry? Like, now that is totally wrong. You get what I'm trying to say to you? That is totally wrong. I'm not saying men and women are the same. No, even from our creation, we're not the same, but we have our unique differences and we still have a common ground. And what is that common ground? We're all human beings. There's that come back to that origin. We're all human beings. We all have soul. We are all immortal. We will die. We will go and serve the same. We'll go and if there's no hellfire for male, there's no hellfire for female. Hellfire is general. All of us will, if you're a sinner, whether male or female, you will enter that. So if you look at it critically, even in the eyes of our creator, we still have a meeting point. We still have that meeting point where we are human beings first before we are male or female. You get what I'm saying, right? So Faith directing so much affection towards Joanna is a balance. Is a balance. That is why they will tell you it's impossible for a male and female to become friends. I remember there was time I walked into one office like that, and I saw one guy like that saying that he has a best friend and she's a female. I looked at him, and this guy should be in his 50s. I was surprised. I'm like, wow. Like, I was shocked because that was my first time, to be honest with you, that was my first time on earth, for all my life on earth, hearing a man calling a woman his best friend. And I don't know for sure, I don't know how deep the so-called bestie is. Is it bestie with benefit or not? But that's none of my business. But the fact that this guy openly, know how they laugh. The fact that the guy openly addressed a woman as his best friend, I was very surprised because men don't see women deserving of their loyalty. They feel that their loyalty is for their guys. Men don't see women as human beings. Rather, they see them for their qualities and the resources they bring to the table. And that's why, if you remember last week, Faith told Kola to his face that you're with Imisi because of the resources you're tapping from her. And it's the facts. Which that is the same thing he himself, Faith, is doing with Joanna. He is with Joanna too, based on the resources, because the first time he had like a deep diary section conversation with Big Brother, what did he say about Joanna? That she's someone that reciprocates good gestures. So what are we not saying? I'm not saying that even the other way around, women do not also develop relationships. See, let me even tell you, even marriage, eh, between a man and a woman is transactional. Yes, there's nothing in this life that's not transactional. What I've noticed in Nigeria, calling someone a bestie means you love him or her. So, no, me too. I don't know that one. No. Yeah. Now, what kind of love are you talking about, Nuha? What kind of love are you talking about? Because love is plenty. We have agape love, we have romantic love, we have brother and sister love. There are different variants. Now, as you are like this, Nuha, I can say I love you, but in my heart, I know the kind of love I have for you. Do you understand? I can meet someone today and say I love you, right? But I know the type of love I'm talking about. Don't forget that even God says that the greatest gift of all that God has given mankind is love. It's just that it be like say we can't get too much bad mind. We be saying now we don't corrupt the word love. Do you understand? The greatest gift is love given to mankind by God Almighty is love. Now, it's not only romantic love. Love is in series. Sure, you understand? But it's just that the romantic one is louder than the rest. Nuha, I love you. Now, I'm not coming from a point of I love you for us to enter a room. No, I love you as a human being, because that is one of the greatest gifts that was given to mankind, for us to love. Just like they say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Nuha, I've turned to a preacher this Sunday morning. You get, so that, unfortunately, that love is only practiced by we female, because on the show they use words like I like you, my bestie, etc. Yet actions are different from being besties. Now that is what I'm saying. There are a series of love, but it's just that love these days have been misused and abused. The information about love is disinformed and misinformed. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation about love. When you look at love critically, in general, okay, look what is happening in Gaza and Israel and Palestine fight. You would say you feel pity, right? You feel this love towards these people because they are human. I remember there was a time my neighbors were talking about it. I was almost close to tears. Like, why am I so emotional? That is because there's that love. Do you understand? That's why people will tell you that people that know what they are doing will tell you that the opposite of love is not hate. You can't just love somebody today and tomorrow hate the person. No, it's indifference. If you don't love someone, you shouldn't hate them as well. You should just feel indifferent towards them. You understand? Yes, love. Now love has been misunderstood. And like I told you, the will I use the word romantic or the sexual? At this point, I won't say romantic, because romantic is even still is still very good. Let us say the sexual kind of love is that one that is more common, and is that one that is more abused inside bestie, inside that kind of thing. Because I understand that Koyi and Dede are bestie, but Koyi does not have like what Koyi, the kind of love Koyi is offering Dede is a transactional love. I'm not saying the one who Dede is offering him is equally not a transactional love. Both of them are on a transactional level. But Koyi would have loved it to be the sexual type. Why Dede is not interested in that. Dede is just okay with the transaction using the boy. If now I'm trying to say to you. And there's something I notice with some people. They know that they are using you. And they will tell you that you have the right to reject. But when you allow yourself to be used, then that's your business. I've met people that have said that. I'm like, why are you comfortable using people? They were like, the person has a choice. And I'm like, wow, that's you sounding very selfish. I started to give boundaries with Queen. Then she'll be hurt, especially when Queen moved to Isabel. That means she had feelings for him. She didn't have feelings for him. She's missing what he does for her. Who told you that Dede has feelings for Queen? Dede is only missing the things that Queen does for her. See, Noah, I don't know. You've never seen a situation where, especially like when they talk about narcissists, a narcissist will hoover you when you have when you have stayed away from them, when you decide to go no contact or decide to, a narcissist will hoover you to a point that you yourself, you will feel like you are a heartless person for not giving into the hoovering or the breakfast thing. Yeah, so I get it. Thank you. Exactly. And when you look at Dede, Dede is someone that does not really want to be in that kitchen with crowd, because you and I know very that usually that kitchen is jam packed usually during cooking time, with everybody cooking their own or cooking for their cartel or their friends, except the days that they make up their mind for K-Bobo to cook for them. But usually normal go now this morning and see how the kitchen is with different people trying to prepare. So I think Dede does not is not really so comfortable in that setting. You see Dede now, she's a queen, you know, so she's not really, you know, that kind of thing. And of course, she's in a house where she can't help it, right? So Koyi going into that fire and heat to cook and bring for her is perfect for her. Who does not want enjoyment? Who does not want soft life? Hey, no, how you safe? Even me, I will. Do you understand? So when you see people that are using you, it's not love. Even Sultana and Isabella's friendship, well, I can't tell for sure, but it's just a friendship of convenience on the side. Yes, now on the side of Sultana. Sultana has lost everyone. And you and I know very well that even Jason J is a fair weather friend. He's not really there for her. He's only there for her. Just like I said, fair weather, Kwanu, you know the meaning of that now. So she had no choice. And in that house, you can't be alone. You be winch. You cannot be alone. You cannot be a one-man gang. You want to enter depression. So you must have someone, even if it's just to talk to the person. So here's the reason why Sultana is a very prideful person. Sultana is a very prideful person. It took her a lot to give one shabby, careless apology to Dede for urinating on Dede's box. What does it tell you about her? If Sultana was a humble person, she's supposed to come kneel down for in front of Dede and beg Dede sorry. So she's supposed to be apologetic, just the way Doris kept begging the Dede. But the main culprit, which was Sultana, that urinated inside the box, did not even find the need to humble herself and beg Dede. What you did to Dede was very provocative. She should just thank God he was Dede. She should thank her God that he was Dede. If it was someone else, it was someone like Mide. Hey, God, she for collect gbasgbos. She Mide for lay course on top Sultana for that thing. You get what I'm saying? So it tells you that Sultana is not a humble person. So, but for Sultana to come down to Isabella's level, because you know Sultana too is looking at herself like she's on this high level too. She's on this high horse. For her to come down from that high horse and beg Isabella, tell her she's sorry. When I saw the day Sultana was apologizing to Isabella, telling her that I miss my friend, I'm sorry. I'm like, so Sultana, you can actually apologize. You can actually come to this state of mind to apologize. But you could not do that to Dede. This is weak waiting. Show don't nearly finish. So it tells you a lot. Do you get? So when you look at all of those relationship dynamics, it's just look, we use our whole body till we leave the house. It will be a reunion. You will see different things. See, the season of which season is that? Is it lockdown? If I'm not mistaken, the one that Kaisha was there. What's this girl's name? That season. What's this girl's name now? Lucy. Yeah, it's lockdown now. Be the set of their Kidwaya and their Erica. She was locked down. Now look at the way the relationship between Kaisha and Lucy, to a point that Lucy literally was living in Kaisha's house. But then the one that later happened, they were the ones that had the messiest fight at the reunion. And that's the problem with Big Brother friendships. Is not, I don't know why, but it doesn't look solid to me. Of course, it was strangers that came together, and I don't know. There's just something about Big Brother relationships. It can make, it can break. Look at the last one, No Lose Guard. Imagine an aunt and it's fake, an aunt and a niece. Now that one they scatter my head. Will you say this one, will you say those ones too they are fake? This is family. Except if maybe there was already an underlying animosity at home, that the reality TV show now busted it into pieces. I don't know. So honestly, to me, reality TV shows have, for me, has had more disadvantage than advantages. Just look at even like the international reality TV shows, all those Real Housewives and all of that. Have you guys noticed that once a relationship comes on air, it comes on television? I don't know whether I would say it's the audience that normally used to jinx it, or there's usually pressure. Do you understand? Because as I am like this now, sure, I came and sat down here to do this live stream at my own pace, at my own time. I have positioned my state of mind to come and sit down here and talk. I have watched only 2 seasons, and this and lockdown. Okay. But I think that's their Kaisha's on. They were also locked down. Their kid, why were they not locked down? Pair them, Kid Wire Cross, they were all in the same season now. It was lockdown. Erica, that Lakon one. Was that not Lakon season? Was it not lockdown? Exactly. Now just see, so the relationship dynamics of all of these reality TV shows, even family dynamics, for me is threatened when it comes to reality TV. I think with time, right, with time in front of the screen, it builds one massive ego for them. And sometimes, like I told you, human beings have 3 elements. They have their identity, they have their ego, they have their super ego, right? Now their identity, obviously the families they come from, then their ego is their culture, then the super ego has to do with the society. Now it's left for the ego to control the super ego and the identity. So when they come to a point where the society has given them too much relevance that they cannot handle, boom, they begin to mess up. Boom, it gets to their head. Boom, the ego begins to go haywire. Yes. So I feel that that is what brings about the destruction of the relationships, genuine relationships to begin with. Do you understand? Because sometimes when you talk of relationship, it's easier said than done. Relationship is deeper than you and I think. You understand? It's easier said than done. And that's why you see good relationships. You will realize that one person is fire and the other person is ice. Good relationships. Two people cannot be fire. Two people cannot be ice. Do you understand? And that's why they will say a relationship where there's no misunderstanding is fake. Do you understand? But when there are too many misunderstanding, then it's still fake again. Because to me, I just feel that I always see your identity, which is linking to the ego and all of that, and your personality traits. And a personality trait is also um, um, um another foundation, another ground for the 3 elements of individual to sit on. Do you understand? Your personality traits. Do you understand? So to me, I see it like there are these different personality traits. Very interesting, because this is a social experiment, obviously. These different personality traits makes up the human being, right? And then whatever we follow. Sure, you understand? So there's something about reality shows. Honest, I love watching them, but do I see myself as wanting to be part of a reality show? No, I don't. I love watching them. It gives you relevance at the moment. It gives you, if you have any talents or you have any business going on for you, or you want to start something, it works. Wow, I enjoy your analysis. Thank you to hear from a stranger. Please allow me to ask, are you a teacher or lecturer in Nigeria? Nuha. No, okay, I'm actually a teacher studying to be a lecturer, actually. I'm actually a teacher and I'm studying currently in the university right now to be a lecturer, but I'm a teacher. I'm a classroom, like secondary school teacher, but I am studying currently. Right now, I'm in school. I am studying currently. Oh, Nuha, all right. Oh, nice meeting you, our brother from the eastern part of Africa. Thank you so much. Karibu, Karibu. Is that not what people say? Abi? Thank you so much for coming here. You really made my day because at some point I was like talking alone. Have you given the stream a thumbs up? Very important. Thank you. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, okay, okay. So you relate. You understand what I'm talking about. Good. Thank you very much. You're from the African society as well. So we have similar cultures. We have similar patterns. Yeah, we have similar characteristics. So I understand why we all relate. The thing about individuality is that we are all alike. Do you understand? We are all alike. That's the thing about individuality. We are all alike. Oh, oof, I'm still behind you. I'm still way, way behind you. Me, I'm just doing a postgraduate for now. Now I'm doing a postgraduate to transition to masters, then eventually, by the special grace of Allah, the PhD. You're already a doctor. Let me salute you. It's not easy. It's a whole lot. God, like studying is a whole lot. You see this Big Brother show? Is really that is where I let out steam. That's where I let out stress. Yeah, thank you, sis. Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you so much. I'm also on the path of getting that as well. But right now I'm doing the postgraduate. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. God bless you, Nuha. Thank you. Thank you. After Big Brother, I also still have other contents, general content that I still talk about. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me pause here so that this live stream can be rewatched, because when it's too long, sometimes people find it difficult to rewatch it. So let me leave it this like an hour now. Maybe, hopefully, let's see if I can come back tomorrow. If I can come back later in the day. If I can't, then it has to be tomorrow, it has to be tomorrow. So let me don't even promise what I cannot keep. All right, thank you so much, Nuha. I love you, sis. Best of luck. Okay, thank you, thank you. Best of luck. Thank you. All right, bye. See you later.